one man that can save us all. From District 23, Jay Riley!
My main goal is to improve the community of Northeast Queens.
My name is Felicia Kalan, and I am your District 22 Republican candidate. Hello, Townsend Harris, let me hear some noise!
Good afternoon, Townsend Harris. My name is Eric Adams. I am the Democratic candidate for running for New York City Mayor.
Good afternoon, all, and welcome to the 2021 Kickoff Rally! I'm Curtis Lewan, and I'm here to make a real change. Remember, don't be nervous, and vote for Curtis to make New York City great again!
I'm so sorry guys, I'm late again. I had to stop for this freshly brewed cup of coffee.
Yeah, we know.
You get it every day. Okay, looks like someone's grumpy today. Did you guys see Miss Baranoff's shirt today? Breathtaking. I almost spilled my coffee. I love the matching mask with it too. So adorable.
Yes, and did you see Miss Levi's dress today? It's so pretty. I want to ask her where she got it from.
We could never pull it off, guys.
I know. Yeah. Oh, and did you see the headband Miss Brand was wearing today? It's so cute. I really want.
Guys, we're rolling.
Oh jeez.
Broadcasting live from room 515, this is TNN's coverage of the election simulation.
Hello, New York. Hello, Harrisites. This is Leanne. This is Farwa.
And this is Kate. We will be bringing you the latest updates on the upcoming election on November 2nd. This includes everything in the election simulation, from all of the different races to interest groups from the various New York City elections.
The election simulation is a mock election that mirrors the 2021 New York City elections. In addition to TNN, the election will be covered by a radio show and the Election Sim World Star.
To learn about the candidates and interest groups running this year, be sure to keep an eye out for classroom visits, advertisements, and social media accounts.
And if you think a campaign is worthy of your support, or if you feel just really bad for them, don't forget to use your SimBucks at their fundraisers.
And lastly, the candidates will square off in a highly anticipated debate right before the simulation ends with Election Day. Don't forget to cast your votes!
My name is Julie Wan, and I'm the Democratic nominee for the 26th District of the City Council. I am ready to represent Queens because, like many of you standing before me today, my family and I immigrated to New York City in search of better opportunities.
I moved into the city in 2004 after I retired from the military, and ever since then I've been focusing on serving and rebuilding the city of New York. I plan on leading New Yorkers in the same manner that I led troops through combat. I want us to get back to where the baseline policies benefit the taxpayers and not the criminals. Remember on Election Day, Jeff Coat is the best vote. Thank you.
My name is Linda Lee, and I'm running to be your District 23 City Council member. Woo! sustainable future for the people of the city. As a Democrat, I believe in equal opportunities and accessibility for all. Give my voice the power to change New York City for the better. Vote Linda Lee for NYC!
Ladies and gentlemen, in a world ravaged by COVID-19, there's only one man that can save us all. From District 23, James Riley!
My main goal is to improve the community of Northeast Queens by bringing back the connection between elected officials and the people they are supposed to represent. I will prioritize education by providing accessibility to the internet and mental health services. Now remember, on Election Day, choose wisely, vote Riley.
I am a queer Latina from New York City and was raised in a working class family. As a public defender growing up, rest assured that my policies and views will be sure to represent you. So this upcoming Election Day, come on, vote for Kavan.
My name is Felicia Kalan, and I am your District 22 Republican candidate. I have served as a legislative aide and co-founded a nonprofit organization called Unchained, which served the victims of domestic violence. I have also worked as the former vice president of COHOJ, which serves to economically help areas that are here to represent the people, the people's real needs, not just a socialist, Democrat, or Republican agenda. Remember that it's people before politics. Hello, Townsend Harris, let me hear some noise!
I'm Sandra Ong, and I'm running for District 20 City Council as a Democratic candidate. When my family and I fled genocide when I was a child, Flushing, Queens became our home. This neighborhood welcomed us with open arms and gave us the opportunity to start than ever. Our community needs someone who understands and can make change.
Hello, my name is Yu-Ching Pai, and I'm running to be your District 20 City Council member. But if there's one message I want to leave with you today, it's this. If you believe in me as much as I believe in this community, this year you'll see big changes.
What's going on, Harrisites? I'm Jamani Williams, and during my decade of experience on the City Council, I passed over 53 bills into law, including the Community Safety Act, which ended the NYPD's abuse of stop and frisk. We need to invest in the skills of young people in this city, and I'll continue to try to increase the scope of the program. With that said, remember on Election Day, stay woke. Jumani's no joke. Thank you.
My name is Devi Nambia Parambil, and I'm running to be your new city public advocate. So what does a city public advocate do? We protect the city. We make sure that the change you want is made, and most importantly, we make sure that your views, the public's views, are brought to the table where public decisions are being created. It's time a woman of color takes this office. So on Election Day, those who want to secure the city, vote Dr. Devi. Thank you. And thank you.
Dr. Townsend Harris! My name is Brad Lander, and I stand here today as your Democratic nominee for New York City's Comptroller. A little background on me is prior to this, I served in the City Council for over a decade. I managed to accomplish a lot of things throughout my time, even co-founding the Council's Progressive Caucus. Now, I'm not here to talk about what I've done, though. I'm here to talk about what I will do. I will provide the city with exactly what it needs to be cleaner, better, and stronger. So remember, make NYC grander. Vote for Lander.
Good afternoon, New Yorkers, Harrisites. My name is Dabby B. Carreras, and I will be running on the Republican ticket to be your next New York City Comptroller. I truly care about our state and my country's future. The quality of life in this great city has degraded in many ways, and at the same time, the cost of living is increasing. Career politicians have simply forgotten what life is like for the everyday New Yorker, and that's where I come in. We need a more responsive government to improve the quality of life of our people in every neighborhood, and one that puts you first. And remember on Election Day, New York City needs Dabby B.
Good afternoon, Townsend Harris. My name is Eric Adams. I am the Democratic candidate for running for New York City Mayor. As many of you may know, I'm a former police officer and the 18th Borough Brooklyn president. Human rights are very important to me, which is why I am very focused on crime and public safety. I will fight against the violent actions towards Black and Latinx people. I believe that everyone deserves to be safe in their homes and communities. I have big and bright plans for the future of New York City. So, if you don't want to demerit, vote for Eric.
Good afternoon, all, and welcome to the 2021 Kickoff Rally! I'm Curtis Leroy, and I'm here to make a real change. As a born and raised local who's been patrolling the streets since the 70s, I know exactly what this city needs, and that's why I'm running for mayor. I believe that New York City is a land of opportunity for all, and that's why I fully support small businesses, education for all, helping working class families, and taxing wealthy institutions and corporations to give the money back to the people who need it, the lower and middle class. Furthermore, I care deeply for homeless people and the mentally ill, and that's why I'm a big advocate for homeless shelters and mental institutions to give these people the care they truly need. Last but definitely not least, I'm a big advocate for public safety, and I plan to vastly lower crime rates in New York City. As a founder of the Guardian Angels, a group who's been stopping crime since the 70s, I know exactly how to do this. Remember, don't be nervous, and vote for Curtis to make New York City great again!
As promised, our one-on-one exclusives into the minds of our mayoral and comptroller candidates.
First up, our interview with mayoral candidate Curtis Leva.
Greetings from the studio, Harrisites. And let's welcome the Republican mayoral candidate, Curtis Leva. So what are some of the biggest responsibilities as mayor?
As the mayor of New York City, you're basically carrying the city on your back. You have the people's wants, hopes, and desires. That is all your responsibility. Now, not only are these your responsibilities, wants and desires, but the safety of the people are also your desire. Now, this is my responsibility, and surely I know how to handle it. As you can see, the red beret is a sign of safety, of communal safety. I'm the founder of the Guardian Angels, a group that's been stopping crime since the 70s. I know exactly how to deal with crime. I've been responsible for this. I want to be responsible for the people of New York City, and I want to make sure that they get back on track to being safe, to being happy, to having the opportunities they need, the resources they need to pursue their passions, and overall to be happy and content with their life in New York City.
So what makes you a better candidate for mayor than Eric Adams, your opponent?
The number one thing that I feel makes me a better candidate than my mayor, a better mayor than my candidate, Eric Adams, is my experience in communities. So, as you may know, founder of the Guardian Angels, once again, I'm bringing that up because that's experience. As my first job was a bodyguard in a restaurant in Harlem. So as a bodyguard, I need to make sure that my coworkers, the people who ate in the restaurant, my boss, they were all safe. And what I saw truly horrified me. I mean, crime committed on innocent people who didn't deserve it. And what I did was I started the Guardian Angels, which stopped crime. Now, in 2011, the Guardian Angels have been 82 cities worldwide stopping crime. So I know exactly how to combat these issues, how to do this, how to do that, and I have experience. So tying back into experience, I have experience with another issue that I want to talk about, homelessness. So I want to solve homelessness because I feel that's a very imperative topic in New York City. I have experience with this because I've talked to them. I know what these people need. I know what these people want to get back on track to the life that they need.
Okay, so what are your top priorities and goals for our city if you were to be elected mayor?
So 3 overviews of my priorities and goals are: number 1, education for all. I feel that no matter who you are, no matter your background, no matter your identity, you should have an equal playing field in education with anybody else. Your opportunities should be limitless. You should have the resources that you need to fulfill and chase your passions and dreams. Afterwards follows crime. I want to drastically lower crime rates in New York City. Crime is on the rise again since the COVID-19 pandemic. And I want to make sure that no matter where you are in the city, no matter what you're doing, you feel safe, you feel comfortable. You don't have to look behind you. You don't have to worry when you're walking to your work, when you're walking to pick up your children. I want to make sure that you are safe. And that brings my third topic. Homelessness, yes. Thank you. So homelessness is a very important topic to me that I care deeply about. I want to make sure that the 80,000 homeless people in New York City, I want to make sure that number lowers drastically because I care about these people, and New York City is a great city. It shouldn't have 80,000 homeless people, an all-time high since the 1930s. I want to lower this rate, and I want to, through many programs that I have planned and that I have sort of dealed out with my team, and I want to lower this number. I want to make sure that these people get back to being active members of their community and doing what they want to do.
Okay, last question of the segment. If you were given a chance to amend the Constitution without any interference, what would you change, if anything?
I'm a big proponent of freedom, And one thing that I want to talk about is mandatory vaccinations. So our workers, our first responders, medical staff in hospitals who didn't get the vaccine were actually fired recently because of this choice. I want to make sure that you have freedom of choice, and that no matter who you are and no matter what your beliefs are, you can be an active member of our community. You can do what everybody else can do. I think that that should be fair. So I think that this constitutional right of freedom and of choice should be implemented with the vaccine. And I think that people shouldn't be fired from their jobs, and all the good they've done should be forgotten just because of one of their choices, one of their beliefs. And I think it all ties back into freedom. So I think this should be amended.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sliwa, for fitting us into your busy schedule. Any last comments or thoughts?
I want to say, remember, don't be nervous, vote for Curtis to make New York City great again.
Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
I hope we meet again.
Yes, ma'am.
As your future comptroller, I, Brad Lander, promise to better NYC by wisely managing and investing the city's money, along with actively focusing on a just recovery, sustainability, and equity. So remember, make the city grander. Vote for Lander.
Hello, Townsend Harris. I am your host, Farwa, coming to you from the studio with an exclusive interview with the Democratic Comptroller candidate, Mr. Brad Lander. Welcome to TNN, Mr. Lander, and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule for this interview. So tell us, how are you doing today, and how are you feeling about the race overall?
Doing well today, thank you for asking. I'm feeling confident about this race. I actually don't know if you know this, but there hasn't been a Republican in the comptroller's office since 1938, so feeling confident, feeling good. Yeah.
Okay, sounds like someone is confident. Let's get into some of the questions your voters may have for you. Okay, so what are some of the biggest responsibilities for the position that you're running for, and what makes you capable of fulfilling these responsibilities better than your opponent?
Yeah, so the comptroller basically oversees all the city's financials, so kind of like a fiscal watchdog. One of the biggest parts of it is performing audits to see how city agencies are running and how they're spending their money. Then the other part is investing the city's public pension funds. There's over $250 billion to manage this year, so investing that strategically is a big part of that too.
Okay, sounds good. So what motivated you to run for this position? Was there like a specific event, constant problems that you witnessed, your background? Like, how did you exactly decide that, yes, I'm gonna run for comptroller?
Yeah, so I don't know if there was any specific event, but I mean, I've had a big background in city council, been serving for over a decade, and I've seen a lot of money mismanaged, a lot of budgets not working effectively enough, and I think over time I realized that, I can get in office here and I can make a change.
Okay, sounds good. So what are some of your top priorities and goals for our city?
Yeah, so I have two words, sustainability and equity. Those are my biggest policies. For sustainability, I plan on investing in city infrastructure, green technologies, housing. I think that this is going to open up a lot of opportunities for jobs and, really increase public health and increase more revenue for the city. Also equity, I think that a lot of people have been affected by COVID-19, and I'm here to provide more rent relief and rent assistance and provide more opportunities for minority and women-owned businesses.
Wow, okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Lander, for fitting us into your busy schedule. It's truly an honor to be sitting right across from you. Do you have any last comments or thoughts for our viewers?
Well, thank you guys. All I can say is make NYC grander. Vote for Lander.
Thank you so much. I hope we meet again.
Of course.
That wraps up our coverage for today.
A special thanks to our reporters, interviewers, and diligent workers of TNN for making this show a reality today. Next week on TNN, we will be breaking down the economy, education, as well as other interest groups.
Until then, stay tuned.
Bye.